Everybody, it's Cody, Dixon RC here. So, part one chassis build of the Cross RC Fc6 is done. As you can see, it's a roller. A couple things I want to go over if you're planning on building this thing. You're going to need a 1.5, a 2mm hex, of course, 5.5mm for all the nuts, or you can use the other end of your cross that comes with one as well. A pair of cutters, a pair of shock pliers to put in, the rod ends in to hold to all your links. These are very small, 3mm links, probably smaller than that. You're going to need some metric scale hardware. You'll need a 4mm, 5mm, and a 2.5mm. 5mm does the nuts on the bead locks. The other ones are scattered throughout the truck. There's a couple of the 2.5mm are the ones that they're the scale ones that are pretty much going to be all over the truck. Now the 4mm one, what did I do? Oh, the leaf spring U-bolts. That's what does those there. That's pretty much it as far as what you'll need as far as building the chassis. Body, you're probably going to need, looks like you're going to need some sort of Phillips head, because that is a tiny Phillips head. So luckily we got that. Anyway, so I put this thing together like this. I don't really know what I'm going to do past this. I think I'm going to just spray everything black, the plastic, because this is a spacer piece that goes on it that's part of the body itself. So I got to figure that out. Everything had grease in it. I checked the transmission. These gears are super beefy. They are not like the other Cross Demon stuff, the super small stuff. Took all the axles apart, made sure they're greased. I actually added grease to all of it as well. Put a little bit of Jim's Bearings grease in it. The shocks were built already. I made sure they were tight. Some of them were a little loose, so this top part of the cap can tighten down, so make sure you do that. But other than that, man, everything went together really smooth. There's a couple little spots that are a little odd in instructions, and I was really upset I was starting to be upset about the way Cross does all their stuff. But then I got to figuring out that the way they do it's actually very nice. All their bags with their individual screws have a number on them. Well, in the manual, it tells you when you need a screw, it gives you the number that's on the bag. Now, when you need a physical part, like say out of the body stuff, it's got that 213802. Well, you don't know what that actually is, but when you go to looking through these bags, it has 2138. So see, all the parts 2138 are in this bag. Now, of course, you can probably look at it and tell what it is, but it does have numbers on the parts tree as well. Now, of course, there's tons of little bitty intricate pieces and little spots and little things and stuff like that, but you got to figure that out when you go along with it. This bag, as they call it, a gift. Cross does that. It actually has a tool in it for your scale hardware, which is cool, but I already had one. So that's cool. You don't really actually necessarily have to have a tool. You can use this. Looks like this one's for probably the 2.5 that's in the back. Yeah, that's a 2.5. I don't know what this thing here is. This is probably a 2. I don't know what that. Ooh, look at that. Ain't that cool? Didn't know that was in there. That's neat. So it's a little flathead screwdriver. Please tell me it's got a Phillips on this end. It does. So you get a little Phillips head screwdriver and a flathead. Looks like this may work for scale hardware as well. A little bit too big, but it may work for some of the stuff. Actually, it's probably the size you need for. No, I don't know what it is. Anyway, that's fine. No big deal. But you get a couple other little things. You get some grease, extra bolts. You actually get a speaker. Now, there is a speaker that goes in the front where the, I think that's the radiator and stuff goes in the front here. It's part of that, I do believe. You get a couple extra hinges, some balls for your rod ends, nuts, washers, bolts, grease, and then the strap. That's for the spare tire right there. So, all in all, not bad. So, it's a roller. First step. Now the next step is going to be the body and finishing up all that stuff. I got to wait for a servo to come in for the front. I don't have the one I want to use. We'll go over all the electronics and stuff anyway. It does have a cross motor in it. It's a 35 turn. I would probably just leave that in there because why not? It'll work. So that's about it. So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you part 2.